When it comes to their engagement, Mr. Lofton says his fiancée is both ungrateful and unfaithful. Now he wants the polygraph to give him the truth. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Lofton v. Campbell.
Thank you so very much. Welcome to Divorce Court. Glad to have you both. Mr. Lofton, Mr. Campbell. Today's case involves two people who are trying to determine if they are ready to take the next step and jump into marriage. But there have been some red flags, and our plaintiff says they are waving. Mr. Lofton, why are we in court today?
Judge, we just cannot see eye to eye. I'm sorry. I could shower this man with all the gifts, all the love, and it just seemed like that's just never enough for Mr. Campbell. I honestly do think he's cheating, and I would like to have a lie detector test today to prove whether or not he's cheating or not. If I find out today in court that he's cheating on me, then I have to go. I cannot do it.
Mr. Campbell, you heard what Mr. Lofton said, and he seems pretty clear. What's going on?
That man ain't at no crossroads. So I'm here to tell my side. I'm here to tell my truth.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to get everything out that he wants answered. I have no problem with telling the truth. I'm 100% honest all the time. We're here today because this man is not able to deal with his problems in private with me, so we're now here.
So
I do love him. I do want to get married. But he needs to work on some things before we can get there.
So you're telling me that there are some problems in the relationship, but they are mutual problems. You both have some things that you need to work on. Is that fair?
No.
Oh. You don't think you need to work on anything?
No, I didn't say that I was an angel, but
I didn't
know
say
right
that
from,
either.
But I know right from wrong, and I have common sense. He lacks a lot of
See, that's the problem right there. See, that's the problem right there. You think you're always right.
Talk to her.
Sound like you got a chip on your shoulder over there.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk to the judge.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so tell me, how did you all first met? And what brought us to this point?
So I met Mr. Ezekiel actually through a dating app on Facebook. Well, let me back up first of all. So at the age of 17, I came out the closet to my family. I was disowned by my family. A lot of people I was close to pretty much, I'd say, abandoned me. I was just in a long-term relationship of 8 years with my previous partner who actually unexpectedly passed away.
Oh, my goodness.
So shortly after that, my father passed away from COVID. At this point in time, there was just so much going on, Your Honor. It's like, okay, I need a fresh start. I need to go somewhere. I need to try something different. Right, I said, so that's prompted my move to Atlanta, where I moved here and I met Mr. Campbell.
So after you came to Georgia, you met Mr. Campbell, and you all started dating Mr. Campbell pretty soon after that?
I took it slow because I was more interested in intellectual connection and emotional connection, and I took that chance with him because in the beginning he presented himself as a very intellectual man, but I soon learned differently.
How soon after you all met did you consider yourself to be in a relationship?
About 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna go to you, Mr. Lofton, as I'm learning your story. Didn't you think it might be time to slow your roll just a bit and heal yourself from having suffered such a great loss? You have to bring a whole human being to a relationship, a whole healthy human being, and that's physically healthy and emotionally healthy. I just like to caution people when you're going through something, give yourself time to go through it before you jump into something else, because that can be painful. Did you know all of this, Mr. Campbell, when you all first started dating?
I did, and he took me through a lot. And I understood, I gave him a lot of grace, even though he was taking me through a lot. 2 months into our relationship, I was crying at the front door, begging to be back at my mother's house. That is the 100% truth. But I stayed because something was compelling me to stay there and to comfort him and to be there for him and to support him, because he doesn't have anybody here. He doesn't have any friends. His family is far away. His ex just passed. He was going through a lot. I was going through a lot myself as well, but my heart is bigger than my pride or my ego. So I decided to stay by his side.
But wait a minute. From what I understand, Mr. Lofton, you said you saw some red flags your doggone self early on, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you see?
on my birthday. I said, so, I buy some tickets to go to this club. I get a section.
Oh, you did the whole VIP.
Yeah, I was doing the whole
All
thing.
right,
Let's party. We finna party. It's my birthday. I'm expecting Mr. Ezekiel, as I would have thought, to be here celebrating with me in my section. I turn around and I see Mr. Campbell in the corner, shacked up with another man, talking to him and flirting.
That is wild.
Wait, how long had you all been dating?
Maybe 2 or 3 months after.
Were you all living together at that time?
Yes.
Okay, so you thought of Mr. Campbell as your partner, am I correct?
Correct.
Mr. Campbell, what happened during the birthday?
He expected me to be somebody that I am not.
And what did he expect you to be?
He's the type of person that doesn't mind being the center of attention in the room.
Right.
I literally hate that. I literally hate
Okay,
walking-
I have to tell you, you sound crazy saying that to me. You don't like to be the center of attention.
I didn't say I don't like to look good. I said I don't like to be the center of attention.
The person that likes to look good likes to be the center of attention. You used to dealing with some poo butt judges. This is me. You cannot look at Star Jones and say you don't like to be the center of attention. So live in your truth. Don't even try it. Go on with your story.
Over there burning up. So as I was saying, I look over in the corner and Mr. Ezekiel Campbell's over there flirting all in the face of another man. You're supposed to be here celebrating my birthday with me.
So why were you flirting with another man?
I was not flirting with no man. When I go out, if a man walk up to me and talk to me, that's your fault for leaving me available for a man to come speak to me. Don't come over here. Don't come rolling up on me.
Problem, you should have been where you're supposed to be at. You're supposed to be in the section I paid for.
Problem for him, I'm in the same spot I'm usually always in. When I go out, I deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of energy. It bothers me.
So you really have a little social anxiety.
Yeah,
about
I have a lot of it. And he doesn't understand how to comfort me when I'm going through that. So when we go to places like clubs and stuff, I always find me a spot that's away from the crowd, kinda, to like calm my mind down and calm my energy down.
Ms. Campbell, that's one thing we do share in common also.
Because I just don't like it. Like, and he knows that we've been out many a times and I've never had
But
a
on my
change in
birthday, though, you just disappear. That night, I just thought that it was just common sense for Mr. Campbell to be there, but obviously I learned that night that all sense is not common. Clearly, he doesn't have it, so. On Christmas Day, I spent a little over $1,500 on Ezekiel, from name brand designer bags to belts to shoes to hair, and I did not even get a thank you at all on Christmas. Time passed by, and guess what I find on Facebook Marketplace, Your Honor?
I don't like you all taking digs at each other. That doesn't bode well for a long-term relationship.
He takes digs, I speak facts.
Y'all both take digs at each other. Since you've been here, Corey, have you been hearing it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, every relationship, you know what the buttons are that you should not push. What has happened with the two of you since you've been in front of me is you'll deliver a line, something mean-spirited to each other, and then you'll turn and give a side eye. I know what that means. That means, and I meant what I said. So, I'm asking you both, if this is important to you, then treat each other with some kindness, okay?
You're on.
How'd y'all get engaged?
So on his 24th birthday, I wanted to do the whole little cute thing, do something nice. So I decided I want to take him on a trip to California. Took him to the beach, and I proposed to Mr. Ezekiel.
Did you expect that, Mr. Campbell?
I didn't know what that man was doing.
You didn't know?
Go tell you the truth.
He's trying it.
I didn't expect for you to propose. I honestly did not.
Was it a surprise?
Here's the thing. We weren't in a place where I thought something like that would be coming up.
Oh.
So that's living proof that he lives in Delulu land, because no way that you could be like spending every day with me and you know what I'm going through and you think, oh, let me propose.
So I'm telling you, Mr. Lofton, it does seem like you all have not been on the same page almost from the beginning. So your communication style is a bit different. That's the first thing that you're going to work on if you are going to be married. Tell me why you say Mr. Campbell is ungrateful.
Okay, on Christmas Day, I spent a little over $1,500 on Ezekiel, from name brand designer bags to belts to shoes to hair, as you can see over here, because obviously he likes the nicer things, and I said I want my man to have the nicer things, so I did that for him. Actually, Your Honor, I presented some evidence. May I
Yes, absolutely. Well, you can go over to the monitor so that I can understand exactly what you're talking about.
This is something that we planned together. Ezekiel decorated the tree. We had the stockings. We had the names, everything. We're excited about Christmas, spending this first Christmas together. Over here is just a few of the purses and bags you see. This is Gucci. Gucci ain't cheap. This is Gucci, Your Honor.
I know exactly what Gucci is.
Exactly. See, look, okay, exactly, Your Honor. I said over $1,500 worth of items. I said, and let me tell you, so on Christmas morning, Mr. Campbell had this blank expression on his face. Like, I would think that he's gonna be excited, surprised. I just spent all this money on him. Look, I said he did not, he was not grateful, and I did not even get a thank you at all on Christmas. Time passed by, and guess what I find on Facebook Marketplace, Your Honor? I'm looking at these Michael Kors and Gucci bags posted up on Marketplace. Help me understand. Like,
wow. Tag your it, Mr. Campbell.
I know that's right. So when you treat me bad, I don't want anything from you. And if I tell you don't get me nothing, I mean it. And if you don't believe me or listen to what I say the first time, I will show you why you should listen. So that was a waste of your money because you decided not to listen to me, and rather than comforting me emotionally like I asked you to do, you decided to buy me purses. That's satisfying, right?
Don't worry about it.
So something tells me...
I'm depressed, but I got a Gucci bag. Like,
you gonna look good, but you're gonna still be depressed, okay? You clearly don't speak the same love language.
We don't. His is giving, and mine is emotional and mental. I'm
not connecting you as romantic partners. Yes, sir, Mr. Campbell?
We are still together because we fight for each other. We fight for each other extremely hard. When we want to walk away, when we're crying, when we're screaming, we still come back to each other and hug each other and tell each other how much we appreciate each other. Like, I really love this man so much, but he makes it so hard for me to love him the right way. Like, that communication and love language gap, it really puts a real big brick on my back, because it's like, so we're here and we both want this and we both can see what we can do with this, but it's just like, you just not getting it, or I'm not getting it, but it's most likely you, but somebody's not getting something here, and it's just a lot. It becomes a lot.
Something prompted me to jump on Jack'd, which is a gay dating app, and said, lo and behold, I find a profile with him on there, and it's like looking for hookup. And then I get on Twitter, I said, I find Mr. Campbell with a picture and a thong in the refrigerator in our apartment looking back at me.
I understand that you're not even equally yoked when it comes to your values. What's going on with that, Mr. Lofton?
I've had trust issues based off of things that happened prior to in a relationship, so I was kind of weary. Something prompted me, for whatever reason, while I was at home, to jump on Jack'd, which is a gay dating app. Okay, so I get in there, I put in Mr. Campbell's name and the locator, of course, Atlanta, and said, lo and behold, I find a profile with him on there. So I get to scrolling, I get to reading, and it's like looking for hookups. And then I get on Twitter, I said, I find Mr. Campbell with a picture and a thong in the refrigerator in our apartment looking back at me.
I thought you didn't like to be the center of attention. You posted a picture and a thong on social media? That's the center of attention.
Backstory behind that, I used to have an OnlyFans. I used to make a lot of money from my Twitter and OnlyFans. I used to be a stripper. But at that point, when he saw those things, I was in such a distraught place mentally and emotionally with him. I was disconnected. And I was going back to my old ways that I was trying to get away from, that he never lets me get away from.
Y'all not equally yoked. Not at all. I don't know if that's cheating. All I know is that was inappropriate if you're in a relationship.
Oh, also, the picture that he saw in the thong was a picture that was old, already in my phone. It was me kicking my funds back up because I, at that point, was strategizing an exit plan. I needed enough money to do X, Y, and Z.
So you were actually looking for plan B?
Yes! What am I supposed to do, sit here and suffer?
There was enough for you to petition the court for a polygraph examination because, quite frankly, this would have brought some suspicion to me.
Yes, he's so truthful and so honest, Judge. I said we can put this all out on the table today. If I find out, honestly, Judge, that Mr. Campbell has been cheating on me, then we can call this a quit.
The court offered a polygraph examination, but my papers, Mr. Campbell, say you declined. Am I correct?
Yes, I don't need a polygraph. I'm gonna tell the truth regardless.
Mr. Lofton was concerned you've been stepping outside of the relationship, and especially since you said you were actually acknowledging the fact that you were looking for a plan B, and he does not want to be in a relationship with somebody like that.
What a plan B is to you?
Plan B is having a backup if your first plan don't work.
But the backup don't include another man. That's crazy.
Fair. So
That's
you're
crazy.
telling me what was the purpose of being...
To get my own space, so he's not in financial control of me anymore.
So you were going to move back into a field that you could control yourself, is what you're saying?
Yes.
That's what your
yes.
plan B?
Yes.
Is that something that you would agree to?
No, because that's what he wanted to do, Your Honor. That's what he would have did, but obviously he did not.
Fair enough. Mr. Campbell, you have every right to have your plan B and turn that to plan A if you want, because that's your life and you're a young person and that's the way life is.
I didn't want
My
to, though.
needs have changed. That's the best phrase for a relationship. If your needs change, the only thing you have an obligation to do is to share that with your partner. If your needs have changed, you need something different, you need something more, you're supposed to share that. The two of you don't communicate, and quite frankly, the fact that you refuse to take a polygraph exam when your fiance asked you to says to me that there's some deception that you don't want to talk about.
No, there's no
Absolutely.
deception. I just
Absolutely.
know that if you give me a lie detector test and I say yes to everything, there's no point in me taking it if it's going to be true.
Do you agree that there's a reason for Mr. Lofton to be suspicious of you?
Mr. Lofton put in motion his own suspicion. Mr. Lofton would not be suspicious if he didn't give me reasons to not want to be with him.
And I still don't make it right. And I still don't make it right for the things that you done. Period.
What is not
Period.
right is for you
That still doesn't
Okay,
make it
don't
right.
do that.
Excuse me.
Don't do that.
You said when you started this case that if you didn't get the answers that you needed in the polygraph examination, you were ready to walk away. Did I misinterpret that?
No, ma'am.
Did you get the answers that you need?
I did without, by him refusing to do this lie detector test, it's telling me everything, obviously, that I already need to know, so.
That's crazy. You never asked me any questions for you to find
Is there
out the
anything that you
answers.
need to say to the defendant?
I would say that I'm definitely very heartbroken. I said, I love you to death, and you know that. I said, I hate that I've been portrayed this way in front of this court because, you know, I've been so supportive of you throughout this entire journey, and I would do anything for you, and I love you to death.
There should be a but. The but is, if I can't trust you, I can't marry you. That's the but that has to come. And if you don't say that, by the way, that's on you. But you know exactly where we are.
I want us to be very clear in this courtroom. You broke my heart first. And you are dreading the remnants of who I am now because you don't like it, but you created this person.
But if it's nothing to fix and we can't fix it, and we're going to be
I never
stuck.
said
If
that.
we're going to be stuck in this place, then this is a waste of. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. It's just a waste of everybody's
So
time.
quickly.
And
Jump
quite
in.
frankly, it's everybody wasting my time because the two of you did not come into this space looking for real resolution. You came into this space to continue an argument that started in your own home, in your own time, and I don't have time for it. Go with God, be together, don't be together, but stop pretending that you love each other. There is nothing about this that says love.
I don't
Everything
pretend to love
about
this
it,
man.
every single thing about it
No, ma'am.
says manipulation.
No, ma'am.
It-
I'm not- no,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
No,
It is,
ma'am.
excuse me, I don't know what happens in your house, but this is my house. And when I talk, everybody is quiet. I am done. Everybody needs to live in the truth of who they are. Be who you are. You're too young to be miserable. You've made yourselves miserable. And nobody can make you be miserable but yourself. You've made yourself miserable. If that's where you want to live, live there. But I don't have to pay rent in my head for it. That's my verdict. Oh, my Lord.
So what do we plan on doing then from here?
Well, she thinks that I don't love you. I don't know. What do you think we should do, Shawn?
I said, I really do love you. I said, I want to get this right. But also, I don't want to continue to waste your time or waste mine.
If you can't trust me, then we probably should just call it quits. Clearly, it's not much that we have working for ourselves right now.
Made